Hello everyone and welcome to another unboxing and first look. Today I'm going to be having a first look at this new Bissell Hydrowave ultralight carpet washer. Now, according to Bissell, the carpets will dry within 30 minutes, but I believe that's when you're using the light clean mode. There is a deep clean and a light clean mode on this carpet washer. So for a quick clean up, you can expect in most circumstances your carpets to be dry within 30 minutes. It's got a 5-year guarantee, which is pretty good. It's also got a clean shot function, so it can direct concentrated cleaning solution onto a particular stain, and an extra large brush roll with multiple rows of brushes to give your carpets a deep clean. Well, that's all the blurb out the way. I'm going to unbox this carpet washer. It needs a bit of assembly. I'll do a brief demo in this video, and then in a few weeks time I'll do a full demonstration and see how it can tackle most common household stains. Okay, first things first, let's get it out of the box. Well, here's everything out of the box. There is the handle, which requires assembly. That just clicks into place. I'll do that in a minute. You also get this handy clean out tool. That's useful for removing pet hair and other debris from the front of the nozzle. You get 750 milliliters of Wash and Protect Pro Stain and Odor cleaning solution. This is the storage tray, and you'll see there's a section at the top where you can actually put the clean out tool. The machine stores on this when it's in your cupboard, but it can also act as a cleaner to help clean the nozzle after use. So I'll show you that in action in this video. Of course, you get instructions and your guarantee details. As I said, it's a 5-year parts and labour guarantee. And of course, you get the machine itself. The first thing we need to do is attach the handle to the cleaner. It goes with the buttons towards the front and it fits onto this piece here. So basically you just push it into place and it should click. That's all you have to do for assembly. Once the handle is in place, you simply press this button and pull up on the handle to the operating position. The mains cable stores around 2 hooks, one at the bottom and a swivel hook at the top. You can wrap the cable around with the handle in the upright position, or for more compact storage, you can actually push the handle down and still wrap the cord around it. The instructions for this cleaner consist mainly of pictures, so I'll take you on a guided tour of the machine, point out the various functions, and I'll show you how to fill it and empty it, and also, of course, how to use it. My first impressions of this Bissell Hydrowave is it looks very similar to the popular Bissell Crosswave, the hard floor cleaner that can also clean area rugs and entrance mats. If you want to see a demo of the Crosswave, I'll put a link in and below this video. So it takes on a similar form. The way it's set up is very like the Crosswave, although it does seem to have a larger capacity dirty water tank and also a larger solution tank. Saying that, this is a compact, lightweight carpet washer. It doesn't have the capacity of some of the bigger machines, so it means you're going to have to empty it and fill it more frequently. Starting with the base plate of the machine, you can see it's quite a narrow cleaning path. You can actually take the nozzle off. It just pulls off, which means you can rinse this under running water to give it a thorough clean. Although we do have a very narrow gap here where it sucks up the dirty water, so that's where the clean out tool comes in very useful, because it will fit inside here. This is where you'll often find debris caught. But using this tool here, look, you can actually remove any debris that gets caught up. But at least you can take the whole nozzle off and give it a rinse. You'll notice at the front we've got the clean shot feature. So basically it will spray solution out of the front of this nozzle, directing it onto a stain. I'll show you that in action shortly. This is the brush that does the cleaning, and that also comes out if you want to give that a thorough clean, although you can clean it using the storage tray. So there's a lot of brushes. They're not too stiff, but they are very dense. And you can see here this area can be wiped if that gets all caught up with gunk, and there's a suction inlet here. You need to make sure that that's kept free of any debris. There's also a seal, and that's also a good idea. From time to time, give that a wipe, make sure there's no debris around the seal, otherwise you might get reduced suction. Now, one thing that is sadly missing from this machine, certainly the UK version, is an additional soft roller. I think Bissell really should have offered a hard floor roller with this, plus also a front panel, a front suction panel with a squeegee, so this cleaner could have been used for cleaning hard floors. I suppose in theory you could use it on a hard floor, but there's no squeegee, so it's going to leave it a little bit wetter than the Crosswave would, for example. So this isn't a cheap carpet washer by any means. I really think Bissell should have provided a soft roller, so it will give you the best of both worlds. Now, whether that will be available as an optional extra, I don't know at this time. It is quite new, this machine, but personally I think it should have been provided. Maybe in the USA it does come with the additional roller. It might be called something different in the USA to the UK version. So the nozzle just fits on and clicks into position there. You'll notice on the front of the nozzle that there are two LED lights to help illuminate dark corners. The dirty water tank is easy to remove. You simply press the red button here, and to empty the dirty water you take off the grey part and tip the water down an outside drain, your sink or the loo, depending on what you've cleaned up. Obviously, if you've cleaned up after a pet accident, it might be better to dispose of the dirty water down your toilet. This can be cleaned from time to time. You can give this a rinse and wash it in some mild detergent, and then just dry the outside before placing it back in the machine. Now, the top part of the tank contains the float valve, so basically you can't overfill it. There will be a maximum fill line, and as you can see, it's not very high up on this machine, so although the tank looks fairly large, you can only really take in this much water. When the tank gets full, this float will rise and it cuts off the suction. You'll notice a change in tone of the motor, so you must empty the cleaner when that happens. You also have a little mesh filter on the top there. You need to make sure that that's kept clear of any debris, otherwise you'll get reduced suction. And again, there is a seal at the top. From time to time, give that a wipe, make sure there's no debris around the seal. You want to make sure that there's a good seal to prevent loss of suction. This whole part as well can be rinsed under running water. You could possibly submerge it, but it's probably best just to give it a rinse. Leave it to dry, air dry, don't dry it over any direct heat, and then you can place it back in the tank for next time. A little tip, what I do with my floor washers and my carpet washers, I don't leave them stored away assembled. I always take the tank off and leave it next to it so air can get to the machine. You don't want any sort of musty smells developing. If you leave any small amount of water in the machine, it can start to go musty and smell. But if you leave it so the air can get to it, it should dry out and it'll be all fresh for next time. So that's the dirty water tank. The clean water tank is located on the back of the machine. To remove the clean water tank, you simply pull it up from the machine, and to fill it, you remove this cap here, and then you put in the recommended amount of solution and hot water up to 60 degrees maximum. Don't put boiling water in this because you'll damage the tank. You'll notice that there is a guide of how much water to put in and solution. So for carpet cleaning, you fill it to this line here with water, and then up to this line with your formula. Now on the other side, it does actually give you hard surface cleaning. So you'd fill it up with water to here, and then up to here with the hard surface cleaning solution. Now it's strange that it shows that, because it doesn't say anything about cleaning hard floors in the instructions on the box, or actually in the promotional material. When I bought this from the retailer, there was nothing saying about hard floors. It just said it was for carpet washing. So I'm not sure if you can use it on hard floors out of the box. You might have to buy an optional hard floor roller and a squeegee for the front. I'm going to contact Bissell and see if I can confirm that. I'll put any details I find out below the video. But certainly I would say this is basically for carpet washing only at this stage. But obviously Bissell have the water markings here for cleaning hard floors. I might try it on a hard floor and see how it copes. Can't see why it won't clean a hard floor, but I'll use some of the Bissell hard floor solution that I have for my Crosswave. The controls on the handle allow you to select Express Clean, Deep Clean and the Clean Shot function. The trigger on the underside of the handle releases the cleaning solution. Okay, so now I'm going to do a very brief demonstration of this cleaner in action. Now, as you can see, I've filled up the solution tank with the water and the correct amount of formula. I've given it a bit of a shake, and now I'm just going to insert it back into the machine. You'll notice when you plug in the Bissell Hydrowave that the LED lights illuminate. That's even before you've switched the machine on. To use the cleaner, you simply place it into the operating position by putting your foot on the head and lowering the handle back. It doesn't swivel, unfortunately, it is a fixed handle. To switch the machine on, we need to press Express or Deep Clean, and then of course to release the solution we squeeze the red trigger. My initial impression of this cleaner after that very brief use is it's quieter than I expected it to be. It's very easy to push, although it's quite top heavy, especially when the solution tank is full. Obviously, as you're using it and the solution tank empties, it will feel a bit lighter in the hand. Now, I've done a very small area of a pretty clean carpet. In fact, I didn't expect much dirt, but that water is dirtier than I thought. I've only shampooed this carpet with a much bigger carpet washer about 3 days ago. Now, I would always recommend pre-vacuuming before you use any sort of carpet washer. It's not filthy, is it? But I do have a very dirty entrance mat, so I'm going to bring that in and we'll try out the Bissell Hydrowave on some real dirt. I'm just going to empty this first, so we've got a fresh empty tank. There's still plenty of solution left, so we'll try it on more stubborn stains. After a very brief demo, this entrance mat is considerably cleaner than it was. Now, it's a very lightweight mat and it does struggle. Many vacuum cleaners I use on this, they're too powerful, and many carpet washers, and this Bissell Hydrowave was no exception. I managed to clean most of it, but I had to put my foot on the mat in order for it to stop wrinkling up, as you might have seen in the demo. So it would be better on a heavier mat than this. This mat can go in the washing machine, but I'd have to wash it nearly every day to keep it clean. So I could use this machine to keep the mat clean. It has done a good job. Let's have a look at the dirty water. And we can see that, yes, that is a lot of dirt just from this small mat. Most of the dirt was around the front. The dogs trail in from the dirty garden. All the people that come into the house step onto this mat as well. And we've got winter at the moment. There's a lot of mud outside. This mat traps a lot of the mud and stops it going on my living room carpet, but it does get very dirty. But look at that. That is pretty good, I must say. After that very brief demo, it did manage to pick a lot of muck up from this entrance mat. This is the storage tray for the Bissell Hydrowave, and confusingly the instructions don't mention that you can use the storage tray to assist in cleaning the nozzle like you can with the Bissell Crosswave. Saying that though, there is a max line on here, so why would they put that? I am assuming that that max line means you can actually put some water in this tray. I'm going to try it anyway. Just a little bit of water. There we go. Make sure you empty the cleaner first before you do this. I can place the cleaner over the top and switch it on and suck the clean water through the front of the nozzle. Obviously make sure you've emptied the machine first before you do this. So all I need to do is turn it on. And now should be able to lift the machine off, and it's removed most of the liquid, not all of it. I might have to dry that after to make sure it's thoroughly dry, but it has. You can see the principle. It did suck up clean water through the front of the nozzle, which has got rid of most of the debris. So I can't understand why it doesn't mention that in the instruction. I'm pretty sure that that is what you're supposed to do, but of course, as I showed you earlier, well, you can see actually on the back of this nozzle that rug does shed a lot of fibres. It does when I'm vacuuming, so you can see I can just pick those off, but this whole nozzle can be rinsed anyway under the tap. So for storing, obviously you need to make sure the machine's unplugged. You can actually store it, and again look, you can see, and this is why it's useful that all these parts come away. There's more fluff there. So once I've ensured that the Bissell Hydrowave is empty and I've rinsed out the container, I can put it on the storage tray, and you can actually put it on the storage tray open like this, because you'll see on the side there is provision to store 2 of the brushes. So we've got space for the included carpet brush, so I'm assuming there will be hopefully an optional hard floor soft roller to go on here, so it'll hold both of them, and that's the best way to store it because it's going to dry much easier like that out of the machine. And you can even store the nozzle. Now it says extra nozzle storage, so again I'm assuming that you will be able to get a squeegee nozzle, so this will be a hard floor cleaner as well, so that should just fit on there. So even if you don't have the extras, I suggest this is the best way to store your machine after use. And if you've got the space, personally I would leave the dirty water tank out of the cleaner as well, so air can circulate around it. But all in all, it's a very good idea. It's just a shame that this UK model doesn't come complete with the additional roller, soft roller for your floors, and the additional extra nozzle. For the price that it is, and I'll put a link to where I bought this from, and the price will be displayed when you click on the link. For the price, I think they should have been standard. You shouldn't have to pay extra. If you're watching from the USA, this model may be available with all the extras included. Well, that's about the end of my first look video on this Bissell Hydrowave. What I would say about it after the first use, it's not really suitable for large homes due to its narrow cleaning path and relatively small clean and dirty water tanks. If you've got a smaller home, however, or you just want a machine to pick up those occasional spills or to use in the heavy traffic areas, it might be worth considering. The main downside of this, in my opinion, and especially considering how much it is, it should have been supplied with a soft roller and a squeegee for cleaning hard floors. Had Bissell put that in the box as well as a sample solution of hard floor cleaner, then I think it'd be well worth the money, because I do wholeheartedly recommend the Crosswave hard floor cleaner, as again you'll see a video demonstration of that, and I'll be doing a demonstration very soon of the Bissell Spinwave and the Bissell Crosswave cordless machine. And I think I'll recommend those as well. For hard floors, I think the Crosswave is really, really good. And this, if it had the hard floor attachment, this would be as good or maybe even better than the Crosswave due to the fact it is slightly bigger in capacity than the Crosswave. If you have any comments or questions about this Bissell, please comment below. I'll put the details below, the specifications, the mains cable length, etc., and a link to where you can buy one under the video. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please thumb the video up. Don't forget to subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new floor care video. So until the next time, it's goodbye for me and thanks for watching.